All right, so we're back playing some more Modern. We got a new format, new me. Not actually. In fact, this is very much the old me. So about 3 years ago, I came back to the wonderful game of Magic the Gathering, and in addition to playing some Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, Amonkhet standard, I started getting into Modern. I was very lucky. I rode the wave of Jerry Thompson's Pro Tour finish with Mardu Pyromancer, and I played a bunch of that. But I knew at the time, even though financially I was limited, that what I really wanted to play was any deck playing 4 copies of Cryptic Command. What I did not know is Cube Staple Kolaghan's Command also existed in multiple numbers in these decks in a sort of configuration that would widely be known as Corey Burkhart Grixis Control. This list is from Godsshadow, who is a great streamer of this archetype and other Grixis configurations. I refer to this as Grixis Midrange, in that the only threats are like 2 mana and cheaper, which does enable us to play Lurrus out of the sideboard. We also get to play some Mishra's Baubles to set up a draw engine. Now, this is the second 5-0 in as many weeks that that he has managed to grab with the same 62 card list. I'm going to make a quick change here because I think this is ridiculous. So I'm going to cut one of these Valkis and one of these Jace Vryn's Prodigies. I mean, I'm just risk averse and I want less copies of these random legends in my deck. If we didn't want to play the Lurrus sideboard, we could play Tasigur and or Gurmag Angler in our main deck and switch the Serum Visions for Thought Scours. But I'm willing to entertain that this list is fine as is. We have an incredibly satisfying split 3-3-3-3 of Serum Visions, Fatal Push, Inquisition, and Lightning Bolt in the main deck. We have the 1 Jace Vryn's Prodigy, 4 Snapcasters, 1 Valki, 2 Drown in the Loch, 2 Dreadbore, 2 Logic Knots, 3 Archmage's Charm, 3 Kolaghan's Command, and 4 Cryptic Command. I basically didn't play this archetype since Mystic Sanctuary came out, so I really won't know what I'm missing in terms of the Mystic Sanctuary era, but I will say that this has put up more 5-0s in the last week or two, than it had in the many months prior. So there's a good chance this deck is better set up than ever. It's mostly blue, splashing into black for good removal and discard, splashing into red for the tempo spells of Lightning Bolt. We also have Kolaghan's Command, Dreadbore, etc. It's fantastic. So we're going to hop into a Modern League and see how it goes. We've got some questions from Chatteroo. Do you like the new art for Logic Knot? I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I think it's good. Emma says she likes it, and she wants the time-shifted Thraben Inspectors. I am already slightly disappointed in Time Spiral Remastered because I've been told that they have number crunched the fact that there will not be both Thalia and Stoneforge Mystic. But they did at least put in Flicker Wisp. And as long as there's one of Thalia or Stoneforge Mystic, I'll be pretty happy. I mean, I'm not even a big Death and Taxes player, but I would really appreciate if Death and Taxes players could play all Old Border. There was Ponder, which is very exciting for me. There's Fibblethip the Lost. Okay, apparently that was previewed later today. Oh, Ninja of the Deep Hours Muldrifter in Old Border. Hell yes. Hell yes. Remand, absolutely. True Name Nemesis, big win. Ethereal Armor, as Emma said, Old Border pants. So if you want some vintage pants, you can wear vintage pants. White previews are all done? Oh no. Does that mean we got neither Thalia or Stoneforge Mystic? Okay, on the play, I've got K-Com and Cryptic and a Bauble, but we have enough mana to cast everything in our deck, so I'm going to keep this, play the tap land on 1 and pray. That is not the correct deck, hold on. Okay, the deck command should be correct now. Good, okay. One creepy boy. Opponent has no companion, so we have no idea what they're on yet. Let's see what's up with the what's up. Want a time-shifted Thoughtseize with the Lorwyn art. Oh, no, Emma. Have you not seen my article? Hold on, this is worth linking. Faithlessbrewing.com. Writer Zach Ryle. Dasami. Okay. Copperline Gorge is most likely Dredge. I should have played this Bauble on one, but I was getting distracted. I don't really have anything relevant to play on this turn, and I'm pretty sure even if I draw a Fatal Push against what I assume is Dredge, it's not going to be Merchant of the Veil. Yeah, it's Dredge. So I'll just play a tap land here and concede to defeat at the hands of my opponent, who has chosen to register a powerful proactive archetype. Where is the article? Wait, what am I doing? Find this more easily. Oh, look at us. We're getting dredged so hard. Look at how hard we're getting dredged. Bro, Mill is where it's at. I don't have a great love for Mill, unfortunately. I respect Mill. I think it's a good archetype, but I am going to make orphans of its children. Yeah, this is going to be one of those tough matchups. Where is it? Aha! There's my article on predictions of 10 cards I'd like to see in Old Border from Time Power Remastered, and that's from probably like 2-3 months ago. Whenever they first announced the set. Well, our opponent has milled more than half of their deck by turn 3. So we're likely dead. Yeah, I didn't go into any gold cards at all, I don't think, the Joe Chaney. Old Border Shardless Agent would be sweet. But that's not modern legal, and I think Time Spiral Remastered is supposed to be modern legal. Now, that said, Modern Masters 2, or Modern Horizons 2 could have Shardless Agent in it, and I would like to see that. But I don't know about that one. Okay, we'll go discard Shock. It's not impressive, but, you know. I don't think anything we're going to be able to do. It's pre-modern, right? Time Spiral Remastered has Palace Jailer in it. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I'm wrong. So, sorry, there's a bunch of different things going on. So, Modern Horizons 2, other than the enemy-colored fetch land reprint, should have only cards that are not in Modern already, either original designs or cards that are from pre-Modern that are now being entered into Modern. And Time Spiral Remastered, I thought would be on only Modern legal cards, but no, you're right. There is Palace Jailer already. And True Name Nemesis. So, no, they're reprinting cards into Old Border that will not become Modern legal just because they're in that set. Although I think True Name Nemesis would be hilarious in Modern. I don't think it would be particularly impactful or interesting. Yeah, you know what? We're just dead here. Let's go game 2. I don't need to deal with this. Treasure Cruise and Ponder. Well, Treasure Cruise is Modern legal in terms of printing. Same with Ponder. They're just both banned. Oh, Plague Engineer would be sick, though, in Old Frame. Alright, so Anger, Nihil Spellbomb. I don't think I want Mire Triton here. And then I think I have to keep a certain amount of removal. Drown is A++++, and so is Bolt for the reach, but I think Fatal Push could get cut here. And maybe a Kolaghan's Command. Yeah. Yeah. Would have won if playing Mill. You don't know that. Mill can lose to Dredge. Merfolk is already essentially tier 1 in that it always crushes me, Emma. Merfolk and Spirits just eat me alive. That's a quality quote. All right, so I have a potential turn 1 untapped land, and this is kind of important because there's a reasonable Old Frame Damnation. Oh, yeah, and Cryptic. Well, so Larynx Punchworthy, thanks for the follow, RK99. While I appreciate the quality of your statement, which is high, I will say that it is the case that sometimes if Dredge hits a very aggressive draw in terms of milling themselves, that the mill player can just cause them to lose where they're not ready. Imagine Sylvan Library and Old Border. Imagine all the people living in harmony. Yoo-hoo! Oh, what a nice fella. Wow. Ooh. Squids in Sylvan Library. Are there... No, this is a real question, though. Are there new border versions of Sylvan Library in paper? Because I play so much Magic Online, and I have played so much Magic Online over the last couple years that I actually couldn't tell you. Okay, EMA, okay. No, I would believe it. If you told me there were old or new border Sylvan Libraries, I'd believe you, but I actually couldn't have told you because the most common new bordered version on MTGO is a promo that doesn't exist in paper. Commander Green Spellbook. Oh, maybe that's the version I always see online with like the floating monk with the lyre. Fair warning, never trust a monk. They're all liars. Well, they play liars. It's close enough. Let's hit them with an Inquisition. Opponent, I have some questions for you that demand answers. Okay, and then next turn we can grab our Lurrus, and then we can start looping Spellbomb on them. You played enough D&D. D&D is phenomenal. The last time I played D&D, I uplifted the play level of the play group, and then after 4 sessions, I went back to playing Sunday Magic tournaments, but yeah, it was great for the month where I was doing it, but I just couldn't fit it into my schedule. I wanted to play competitive Magic / Judge too much, and then I was showing up too late to like properly engage in the sessions. It was a good group of people, though. Hard cast Golgari Thug. Always a move of strength. Always means our opponent is in a good place. Nomad? That's adorable. Nomad. I love that. What do I think about Jund Shadow? I try not to, because anytime I do, usually they're just killing me. It's probably a very good deck. I miss 4-color Shadow. I would love to see 4-color Traverse Shadow come back, because that's the kind of Shadow deck that I could get behind. One that has like a lot of grindy potential and just generally... okay. So this is going to bring back the 2 prized amalgams, and I have the Lurrus to cast this turn, so I'm just going to shoot off their graveyard here. If this resolves properly, I don't really think it's too likely we're going to lose from this point. Streamer, why do you not have 4 sideboard Glimpse the Unthinkable for this matchup? I don't know which way I should answer that question. If you'd like me to respond with sarcasm, vote now. Alright, opponent. I'm resolving my Lurrus. Oh shit, they got their life from the loam. They're gonna dredge a whole 3. Man, that was a close call. I could definitely play some fairies on this stream. I do love me some fairies. Okay, they hit nothing relevant. I mean, they hit a prized amalgam, but I don't need to do with that right now. I'm curious to hear both serious and sarcastic response. Well, the serious response to why I'm not playing any Glimpse the Unthinkable on my sideboard is, generally speaking, I think the only matchup I would ever want it against might be Dredge, and the might leads to the ridiculous answer of, oh yeah, you know what I want to do, Lyrics Punchworthy? I want to aggressively put the 4 Creeping Chills into their graveyard so I die. That's what I want to do with my life. Oh, I know you do, Emma. So we can play Dredge, Tron, and Bogles. I don't even know if you're a Dredge player, but I feel like it would be a blast if neither of us were Dredge players, or if you are one. I know you are a Bogles and a Tron aficionado, and I'm happy to have you whenever we can, or whenever we get around to arranging it. Hey, I respect Dredge too. In fact, in paper, the last large in-paper event I played was, well, I played the team trios in Toronto, and I played SCG Columbus before that. And at SCG Columbus in my first round on Niv Mizzet, I lost to Dredge. And my opponent at the end of it, you know, we did play a 3-game series, and my opponent at the end of it was like, you know what? I just want to thank you for not being like a salty jerk about it. And I was like, dude, Dredge is just part of the meta. If you're going to be salty about Dredge, I mean, you might as well just tilt off the face of the planet. All right, well, we'll find a time, Emma. We definitely will. For reference, though, there was a night back in the day where I played a double Bogles night. I played green, white Bogles and Bant Bogles. Simpsons.stream, I'm in. And now I bring you our most special guest, the one, the only, Emma Potlow. That'll be the day. To help with your digestion of this new modern format, I bring you an Emzyme. All right, we got Nihil Spellbomb in the opener. I mean, we're against Dredge, and we have a Graveyard Hate in the opener. Leyline of the Void. I'm not upset. You're upset. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. The self-hating Dredge player with the Leyline in the board. I'm just yeah, exactly. Suck it, Lurrus. They haven't even seen a single Snapcaster Mage in this whole match. They have not seen a Snapcaster Mage. So it really is just the Lurrus hate. But they do, I mean, they do, no, I know, obviously we'd be all more impressed if that was Rest in Peace. But generally speaking, like we commented on the self-hating human players were the human players who were playing Plague Engineer in the sideboard. And obviously, Plague Engineer is not a symmetrical effect, so... Cathartic Reunion on top. All right, I guess they're going to go a little nuts this turn, but I have the Spellbomb in play, so the longer I can sandbag this Spellbomb, the better. You've got to be kidding me. That's so rude. Oh boy. Well, now I'm in big trouble. They had Nature's Claim for my Spellbomb. That's such a yikes. I don't even know if this match is worth playing anymore at this point. We just lost one of our 2 Spellbombs. Yeah, I know I wouldn't draw a card anyway. It's that they forced it off the battlefield before they flipped anything relevant. I was forced to activate my Spellbomb at a time where it gained me basically nothing. Because I had already passed on the opportunity to exile the single Bloodghast because I was banking on being able to get more value out of it later. So... No, apparently my opponent just had the perfect sideboard strategy of bring in the ley lines against the Grixis midrange deck, and also, by the way, the Nature's Claims. Because I'm willing to bet they had the claims last game, and they just didn't. We didn't see them, but I don't think they had the ley lines last game. Because they didn't mull aggressively enough for them, and they probably didn't know what they needed to have in terms of sideboard hate. Nature's Claim was for their leyline. If only we were playing Commandeer. All right, I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, but we'll sit out for another turn or two. Okay, maybe not. That was an incredibly unlikely draw. Should have played the Scalding Tarn this turn to fetch a tapped Steam Vents, but whatever. Once I pop this Spellbomb, I think I'm out of Graveyard Hate. So that's not the most... no. I needed the draw step stop. They have an Ox. Paradoxical outcome in the old border. That is a thing that happened. Yes. Yes, it is. All right. Well, they'll get to Ox here. Maybe I'll pick up a removal spell. Yeah. I mean, everything in the old border looks great. Go freaking figure. And I have actual evidence on the internet. I never actually took a screenshot, but I do have evidence of, in that article I wrote about Time Spiral Remastered, I wrote about pestering Mark Rosewater on Blogatog about old border cards, and factually it did happen. That he told me that one of the reasons that old border cards were unlikely to ever come back was people don't like them, and I'm pretty sure the response to Time Spiral Remastered will show quite the opposite. I wish Time Spiral Remastered could have been all old border. It's due to visibility issues. No, it's not. That's just not true. Yes, the new versions are more legible. The amount of times I actually read someone's card across the table or don't know the full text of my own card while playing Paper Magic is almost nothing. Almost zero. Also, when it comes to all the online platforms, on Arena you can't see the text of cards most of the time anyway, and on Magic Online, half the text of the card is removed from it unless you're zooming in on it. So I just don't buy that argument. I mean, yes, the new cards are more legible. That is a fact. I will not argue. Right, but I'm saying in paper you zoom in. If you're ever not sure about what a card's saying, you pick it up and read it. And when you pick it up and read it, you can read it. It's not hard to read. I like how new cards look better. All right, well, and again, that's aesthetic opinion. I'm just saying the old cards look more fantasy-y. All right, this Archmage's Charm better be good. The legendary border is pretty cool. Yeah, I do like the legendary border. Yeah, that was a good addition. I didn't like it at first, but I'm an old bastard who gets angry about all change. So the Brawl looks nice. Brawl looks great. Big fan. All right, found a Cryptic Command. So that keeps me alive for another turn here. In theory. Yeah, some of the showcase stuff has been super gorgeous. I mean, the call time showcase frame stuff is absolutely stunning. It really is. No, don't you dare mill a Creeping Chill. Wait, how many do they have? 1, 2, 3. Please tell me it's 0. There's still a Creeping Chill in their deck. Crap. I could bounce their Ox. I guess if they have Lightning Axe, I die, but I really don't mind. They should do Faithless Looting in this time-shifted border to aggravate the modern community. But the Legacy community would be so happy, Emma. All those Reanimator players who are on better footing, you know? Grizzle Daddy, though. Real talk. G Daddy. Big Papa Demon G. I think a lot of people would appreciate an old border Grizzle Daddy. Bees, Emma! Bees! Kalitas, Trader of Get. Yeah, I'm a fan of Kalitas. 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 Hornet Queen and old border. But only if you kick one. That's only acceptable if you go out kicking your Hornet Queen. Alright, do they dredge here? I'm assuming they will. I need them to draw the Creeping Chill and not mill the Creeping Chill. Please. Do you play Pioneer? I play Pioneer. Oh, Earl Old Border, I would be so happy. It's still legal in Legacy. Okay, so they mill 5. They milled an Ancient Grudge. They're down to 4 cards in Library. They didn't hit the Creeping Chill. So now I can drown this Bloodghast. That Bloodstained Mire is likely not to hit any land. They could have a land in hand, but that's fine. I can sandbag the... In America, first you get the sugar, then you get the power, then you get the women. I do have this on for whenever I'm playing a combo deck, Emma. Biddy-biddy-wee. Opponent's fetching. Do they have a land? I'm assuming no. They did. Okay, so that's all right because we still have the Cryptic. The problem is if they don't have the Creeping Chill in hand, they could just mill it and kill me. But there's nothing I can do about that. They did not choose to mill there. I'm assuming that means they have the Cryptic in hand. We might get out of this. Let's see. Or they might go land Creeping Chill you and then I'll die. But Snakeweed, sure. They have 2 cards left in Library. I got 1 more Creeping Chill in hand. And we're flooding out. I can grab Lurrus this turn. Yeah. And then play it next turn. And then if they attack with just their ground creatures, I get to block and gain life. So we're in okay shape here. Let's see. One card remaining, next turn 0 cards remaining, and then they deck out. So assuming they have no more relevant plays, we will be a-okay. We could also draw plenty of action in our next 2 draws. That is not action. All right, deck, listen. Bottom of the 9th. Bases loaded. More sports metaphors. Opponent says, yeah, I don't think I beat triple cryptic. Don't count yourself out. Smiley face. That's probably the draw that puts me over the top here, but we'll see. It was, in fact, a good top deck. Listen, if we can take out that mothership, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate. Oh, if we can hit that bullseye. Sorry. Listen, if we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall like a house of cards. Checkmate. Looking dredgeful? I think we're looking all right, actually. Opponent has 0 cards in deck. I'm at 1. I think we made it. Land, creeping chill. Opponent goes out like a hero. Love it. Love it. We snuck out the win against Dredge. Listen, in the words of Captain Peter Quincy Taggart, never give up, never surrender. And we're moving on.
It's all over, people. We don't have a prayer. Ah!
Emma, it's not my fault. I played in a live musical that had a song that was maybe because I'm a Londoner. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Thought you were on Shadow the whole time and boarded a little badly. Oh, sorry about that, Dragon Wagon. We were playing Grixis Midrange. Tim Allen, not so much. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Santa Claus and Galaxy Quest are both fabulous movies. Now, I don't know that much about Tim Allen in general. Home Improvement was an acceptable sitcom. It's nothing special. It's fine. It's fine. You meant Tim Allen the human. I have heard mediocre things, but he did a great job as Buzz Lightyear, and he's been in 3 Toy Story movies. He can't be that bad if Disney keeps associating with him. If I don't dredge the Stinkweed, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, you needed to hit that last Creeping Chill, and was it in your hand at the end there, Dragon Wagon? Because the last Creeping Chill was what I was worried about. Oh, you boarded it out! I'm sure that makes sense sometimes, but I was playing around it, and then you never had the opportunity for the cathartic because I got really, really, really lucky by drawing my second Nihil Spellbomb, which was my last remaining piece of Graveyard Hate. So we draw Push, and we've got Delta Swamp on top. I think I'll go bottom top. Probably going to end up fetching, but if I don't want to draw a swamp with the rest of this hand going on. Oh, it's time. Oh, yeah, it's time. Roy, did you miss death? I know I did. I missed the sweet embrace of it. The sweet kiss of hot lead. How I missed you. I mean, I think I'm dying. We do... Okay, so apparently this is 8 whack, which is less concerning than it was a second ago. Yeah, it's not burn, but we don't have any copies of Plague Engineer in our 75 for this goblin-centric deck. But we do get to go Shock next turn for Snap, Push, Snap. Or Snap, Push after the push. I also drew up a Lightning Bolt here, so depending on how things work out, we actually might be able to pull this out. Although I'm already at 13, so a couple of Goblin Grenades will be pretty devastating. But they've drawn 3 lands, and that's a few... That's more than 8 whack would normally like to draw. BTE. Okay, burning tree into bushwhacker is, yeah. But I get to go snap plus bolt. I can't take them off of having enough creatures that all their creatures will have first strike and trample. So I think I'm just gonna go snap push the burning tree emissary and then try to keep the snap to trade later. The battalion text referencing tokens puzzles you. Why? I mean, as far as I understand it, it's just they're just trying to make that card good, which they did succeed in doing. So we're taking 6 here. We're getting close on that Goblin Grenade, but we're not there yet. Was there a token deck in the block? Oh, yeah, the Selesnya theme was tokens, dude. They had Populate in that block. No. The Selesnya theme was tokens. So, it's, I don't know if it was necessarily a good theme, but it existed. All right, so if they've got Grenade, we're just toast here, but... They're going to combat. All right. If I want to play this Cryptic, I have to fetch. Yeah. Okay, we were dead no matter what if they have a bolt. Okay, so there's no way I could have... I mean, the way to play around this is bolt one of their creatures and then block with Snapcaster Mage, and then we would have gone to 1, and then I'm pretty sure we were toast there. No life gain at all in our main deck. But we have Mire Triton coming out of the sideboard, as well as Anger, as well as Dragon's Claw. Have I ever had a concussion? I have not. Well, I hope not. Maybe I'm just not remembering it. Dreadbore is probably not great. Valki is probably quite poor. Jace is okay. Maybe take out a Cryptic and a Kolaghan's Command and a Bauble. This matchup's not so much about the grinding. I guess I could bring back K-Com for a Bauble. Maybe just keep the 1. Sunbeam Spellbomb once upon a time was great tech for Lantern Control. What was the white Spellbomb in the Psalm block? I think I made a 1/1 Mire token. Because that was like a lot of the theme of the of white was making 1/1 Mire tokens. Yeah, Origin Spellbomb. That's the one. This guy knows what's up. Can I keep this hand against this deck? Probably not. All my removals 2 mana. Excuse me? Moto, please. Help me out here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You see this hand here? That's a good hand. I got the black mana. I got the blue mana. We got the red mana. We got like all the mana. Like all the colors. Like all 3 of them that are like real colors. Is that a Mire Triton? You sure is. With art by Seb McKinnon. Yes? The Seb McKinnon. And we got a free draw. I love the free draws. Goblin Guide, you're so good to me. Girl. Thought this was a cube deck for a second. Most of my favorite decks look like that, Emma. Most of my favorite decks are full of, like, draft chaff. You should wait until we play Enigmatic. Enigmatic is literally playing standard draft chaff, such as Omen of the Forge. But Sam Black wrote an article about it this week. The archetype's famous now. Partial to a good Nick Fit deck. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love Strifopile so much, and one of my favorite things about Strifopile is the fact that it's very, very similar to the favorite cube decks that I've ever built. Dak Faden, Jace, Punishing. Just give me as many colors as possible with all the good cards. That's all I want. I just want to play the good cards and removal. Burning Tree, alright. Even played a track set, nice. Link not working. Is it not? Hold on. I don't know why that would be the case. Let me... Here's a manual link. It's down on Stream Decker's end? Okay. I cannot make Stream Decker work. Apologies to anyone who thinks that I can. But I cannot. Not only do I not have access to their servers, but I don't know how to computer very well. I mean, I'm okay, but... I'm okay with, like, user end interface stuff. Thanks for the follow, Free Bowl Pack. Bull Pack. So let's have them discard, and we're going to kill one of their goblins. I guess, no, Loyalist is the most important, because then my Triton gets to trade. Because this does give stuff first strike. They bolt. Sure, that's fine. They have one card in hand. They didn't get to cast it. Good. Archon of Valor's Reach. That is excellent. Most excellent, dude. Okay. Looking like we're in the driver's seat in this game. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy. I love James Woods too. So this is a nice play because it lets me help, or it lets me, no, it helps let me dig for one of our copies. Ooh, they grenaded me there. It lets me dig for one of our Anger of the Gods, which is suddenly less great. Although this Mire Triton, so I would like to go to 10, and then also next turn I would like to play Lurrus and get back a Mire Triton. How does this make you feel, opponent? Are you comfortable with your situation here? I wouldn't be. It feels like death. Death? It feels like death. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Guide Beast coming in. Guide Beast, of course, does have trample. So, wow. This Goblin Guide has drawn us like 4 cards. This is the reason I don't get to draw cards against other Goblin Guide decks. Is like when it doesn't matter in matchups like this, I'll draw like 4 or 5 cards. Grenade me to 1. Grenade me to 1. It looks like they're playing additional costs. Yep. Grenade me to 1. Well, Goblin Guide is just 1 mana for C. Alright. So I can go to 3. I do have a second swamp in my deck. So if what they draw is a hasty boy, then the Fatal Push is active this way. No, I don't. I don't have enough black to cast Lurrus and the Mire Triton. And I can't gain life on this turn cycle. Right, opponent, I'm going to need you to draw a creature. not a burn spell. If you draw a burn spell, I guarantee you I will die. I'm not lying. I will die if that's the lightning bolt. All right, you got me. Even if I had been able to play the Mire Triton, we would die. So, double Goblin Grenade will get you good. I've never seen an 8-whack opponent so aggressively Goblin Grenade, but it totally worked out for them, so well played. I suppose they knew they had so much pressure on me that I wasn't going to be able to counter anything, so. But that's definitely a mediocre matchup. We didn't draw any of our Dragon's Claws, and we're not playing any Collective Brutality, which is like the #1 card. You've never seen an 8-whack opponent? Oh, it's not fun. All in strats. That's right. Hip Hop Apotamus. No, Hip Hop Anonymous. Sorry, I was thinking of the BoJack Horseman bit. I've been a fan of you ever since I bought your album, Hank Hippopopoulos Hip Hop Hypothesis, that is a fantastic tongue twister. Iron helps us play. Hank Hippopopoulos Hip Hop Hypothesis. Good Lord, that's a hand. I will take out their Swift Spear. Then they'll play the Soulscar Mage. I'll get to push that. Then they've got Bolt. Oh, sorry, I'm exaggerating. But Bolt, and Opt. Snap is a good draw, though. If you should die before you wake. Hello, Joe. That's a reasonable draw. Good old Ma Flanders. Bolt going upstairs. I wonder if they're going to play light up the stage this turn. Oh, no, they're not. That is more than a little problematic, actually. I cannot push that creature. I would like to draw a lightning bolt. If I don't draw a lightning bolt, like I didn't, the most Minnesotan of Simpsons character, Maud Flanders. I'm right here. Oh, I see. And everything's wrapped up in a neat little package. What? It is. Sorry if I sounded sarcastic. All right. I think Snap Inquisition. Yeah. She became more important after she died. I mean, kind of. No, because, like, I feel like a lot of people don't remember the fact that, like, in the early seasons, if you read between the lines, like, and maybe they didn't actually intend this with the way The Simpsons was written, but, like, the episode where Homer makes a, quote, fool of himself or whatever at the, yeah, I remember Maude dying. It was a big deal. They top-decked Lapidart. Yeah. So, but Homer lusting after Marge in the dinner party episode. I mean, that was not a small thing either. Yes, where he ogles her bogles. Or ogles her boggles. Either way, it doesn't matter because my point is that the thematic relevance of that episode, I think, is probably forgotten and understated. Okay, so we're going to what, 2? Can I borrow a feeling? Can you lend me a jar of love? Hurting hearts need some healing. Oh man, what a banger. A plus rock tune. Hey, can you guys do a favor for a guy in love? Yeah, sure. That's why we're here. Milhouse deserves to be unhappy. That's a little rude for a child, sir. Or madam. I assume the Joe Chaney is a sir, but Millhouse deserves... Come on now. He's a child. Oh, look. My opponent top deck Lightning Bolt again. I love this format. He's 35 years old. Okay. Well played. Well played. Okay. I got you. I see you. You can buy a shirt of Kirk's drawing of Dignity. All right, then if you can do it, you draw Dignity. That's Dignity, all right. So I think Mire Triton's definitely terrible here. I think Anger might be pretty okay. Kolaghan's Command seems like it's like just out and out poor. Dreadbore being sorcery speed, I'm not a big fan of, although Valky's again poor. Jace might be okay. Definitely want to trim a Cryptic Command. They might bring in Mystic Disputes, which means I probably want to keep Dreadbore over Drown a lot of the time, even though it's a sorcery. I'll keep the Baubles. Keep the Charms. Just cut a Logic Knot. Logic Knot doesn't have the modality of the other ones. But that episode was such a weird glimpse into like a married relationship that we don't actually get to see ever, because like the fact that Luann and Kirk have like a very resentful relationship to each other, like we have no idea why that is. All right, see you, friend. Have a good FNM. It's just never explained or explored. Man, this hand is like, okay, how many lands am I playing? Is it 23? 23. Okay. I'm keeping this hand and I'm okay to lose. I'm okay to lose if we lose with this hand. Because I got double bolt. A single fetch land for a black source is fine. We've got 2 draws before I need my next land, so I'm okay with losing with this hand. You gotta know when to fold them. Yeah, exactly. You don't need to know the backstory, but you get it. No, and I like that. I'm just... Yeah, well, no, and my parents are divorced, and shows like The Simpsons with episodes like that, movies like Jingle All the Way is the preemptive divorce, the Santa Claus, the kid has recently divorced parents, Mrs. Doubtfire, they go through a divorce, so it's like... Yeah. I love the you gotta speak up, I'm wearing a towel quote. I love that quote. I love that. Sprite Dragon. All right. Everything's coming up Millhouse so far. So I think I'll rather pick this off now, just in case. That is not really what I wanted to draw here. Since the only thing I have to play in my hand that's relevant is a sorcery, I'll think I'll grab the Lurrus. Yikes. Did anyone ask for this to be the worst case scenario game? I feel like someone asked for this to be the worst case scenario game. I did manage to draw lands, but I wasn't specific enough in asking my deck for which lands. 3rd Sprite Dragon. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, we can cast the Archmage's Charm, so that is a significantly improved draw on some of our other ones. Swiss Spear. Uh-oh. As soon as there's 2 prowess creatures in play, you know you're in trouble. If there's 2 prowess creatures in play, you might be dead. Lightning Bolt, okay, yeah. Okay, I get that, all right. That's a legal Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I'm in danger! All right. Do they also have Light Up? They do not. Will you let me draw 2 cards, opponent? Will you let me draw 2 cards? Because I would really like to hit a black source. I mean, I don't need you to know that. I just want you to know that I know that. Cool. And then we play the Damping Sphere. And this has quite a strong effect on the game. Until they go untap a Braid. Yeah. Turns off our filter land. Sure. I'm not worried about it. You hope it won't matter. I'm sure it will not. Compared to the relative devastation of the other things that could happen, I think I'm okay with it. Lava Dart. See, that's one of the ones I did not want to see there. 3, 4, 5, 6. They could go for lethal here if they want to pay for that. Okay, so they pass priority. Maybe they have the Spell Pierce and they're gaming me hard. If that's the case, we're dead anyway, so no problem. But I also think I didn't want to go to 3 against the Prowess deck that has at least 3 Lightning Bolts in their deck right now. Okay, we made it. At least through that much. Burst Lightning. Okay. So I'm at 3. So still, if they have a Lightning Bolt, we will die. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, my colors are just working out very poorly here. If I play Jace, I don't have access to push. They have the Lava Dart in their graveyard, so they basically have lethal in play right now. So I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to play Jace and push. I could push on their turn, but it's honestly just more risk for very little reward. So I'll just push now once this resolves, because it's going to. The only haste creature they could have that would be dangerous would be another Sprite Dragon, which would be the fourth one. If they have Sprite Dragon, yeah, they can Lava Dart me afterwards and just kill me. So if they have Swift Spear, we'll be able to block it. So should be all right here. Vapor Snag. There's only one thing to say to that.
Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding.
Okay.
And then we gotta get to work.
Got all of that. Okay. Let's find out what the last card in their hand is. With my 1 black mana, which means if it's a burn spell, I can't counter it, but even if it's not, I also can't counter it. All right. No, because then I also get to play Jace, so I get to make 2 active plays. This. Okay, that's fine. Good. I'd rather know that one was there than not. Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. Okay. So I'm at virtual 1 right now. So the question is, what did they draw? What is it? A land. Okay, so they can... Whoop! Okay. But now they can't play the Stormwing, so they were hoping to draw a burn spell. Oh, they drew a Lava Dart. Okay, we're just dead. Yay! Wait, what? Oh, they're playing the Lava Dart out of their graveyard. Yeah, we're just dead. Yay, losing to burn decks. I love losing to Lightning Bolt. I love this whole format is about losing to Lightning Bolt. Yay, Imagination Christmas! I got a pogo stick. Aww. It's time for nachos, kids. Flanders style. That's cucumbers and cottage cheese. All right, kids, what board game do you want to play? Good Samaritan! All right, I get to clothe the lepers. Lucky! All right, we got Push, we got Snappy Boy, we got a Valki that apparently I'm intending to cast like some kind of plebeian. Ooh. Are we against Dwayne Johnson? Oh, we're against Soulflare. Sick. Are you guys ready to get Soulflayed? Poor burn player. Must be hard. Must be hard being a burn player in a world where Uro's been eliminated. Is this Pioneer? It is not. Soulflare has been making repeated 5-0s and challenge appearances in Modern. And I would not be surprised to... Oh, okay, maybe it's some kind of weird rock deck, but the only deck I can think of that would go Overgrown Tomb into Bomat Courier would be Soulflare, so... I don't think I'm crazy for immediately thinking that my opponent was on Soulflare. It's possible I was incorrect, but... Grim Flare deck? No. I mean, it's possible, but also... Oh, no. It's like Sultai Shadow? Or Green-Black Shadow? Whatever it is. Neat. I've got a Death Shadow. I mean, not yet, but I will. Of course, my Death Shadow is currently a -6, but I'm sure my opponent will help me out with that, right? Inquisition! Oh, that's a shame. I had Snap Push there. No, I'm sure they're playing Jund, Roy. Yeah, they're just starved on red, I'm sure. Oh, they're playing Lurrus Jund? Okay. No, because they have Lurrus, so they can't be on Soulflare. Obviously, I should have paid attention to the Companion Zone, but... Wild. Alright. Even though I could draw a Lightning Bolt, I'd rather play Bauble here and not take extra damage, even though I have a Death Shadow, quote-unquote, in play. Yeah, I'll just attack them. I'm definitely not blocking. Okay, that could be a good draw. Opponent? I have some... Okay. Okay. I have a 4/4 Death Shadow now. This is not the worst. Are they going to Liliana? They are. Nope. Ah. The Scourge of the Skyclaves. This is a problem. Okay. This is no longer a problem. Although... No, because then... Now, my Shadow is about to be bigger than their Tarmogoyf. This is excellent. I love Magic sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean pretty much all the time. Unless I'm playing against Lightning Bolt, I usually love it. And by Lightning Bolt, I mean the red decks that play Lightning Bolt. Non-quote red decks playing Lightning Bolt, big fan. Okay, apparently opponent has a plan here. They play Lurrus. No, I mean I'm aware. What is happening? Oh, Dismember. Sure. Okay, that's fair. Now they get their Shadow back though. Oh, but that's okay. I think this is gonna work out fine for us. Oh, no, it's not. Wow, that was really unfortunate. Good luck, me. I'm gonna need it. Oh, sure, yeah, I see that. Right, well, I guess I'm going to 2. Man, that one Inquisition was so fortuitous for them. On the plus side, I now have an 11/11. Don't hate that. Opponent with the infinite threats. Yoink!
Yoink!
Okay, just dead, huh? I could play Lurrus and play Bauble and then die no matter what. All right. Almost. Very close. Very close. So definitely don't want Angers here. Mire Triton is excellent again. I'm kind of interested in Nihil Spellbomb. Since when did Tarmogoyf become playable? Wow! I can't believe it. It is Roy's 4th favorite Goyf. Maybe Roy. I don't know. Possibly. Yeah. I mean, we have so much removal, though. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I love Godsshadow, and I love these Grixis piles. I mean, we've played against a lot of red, burn, and bolts, and etc. I mean, somehow I cheesed out the round 1 against Dredge, which is so far our only win, because then we faced 8 whack, blue-red prowess, and now we're down a game against black-green shadow, which it has to be Jun Shadow. Anyway, Kolaghan's command is probably medium minus. And then let's cut a Bauble. I think Nihil Spellbomb's worth it to reduce the size of their Goyfs. I was wondering when those Mire Tritons would be good. I mean, they've already been good against Blue-Red Prowess and 8-whack. Not good enough. I think Collective Brutality would have been a lot better in both those. Certainly against 8-whack. Collective Brutality would have been better. Not sure against Blue-Red Prowess, because Blue-Red can have Spell Pierces, so there's like a lot of times where if you can Collective Brutality, you won't be able to like escalate it for fear of being Spell Pierced. But I think the Mire Triton is definitely a reasonable choice for this deck. I agree. I don't know about the Valkis at all. I did shave 1 Valki and 1 Jace Vryn's Prodigy out of this deck, but honestly, when I used to play this deck, we did not play any main deck Jace Vryn's Prodigies, but Godsshadow has managed to 5-0 twice with lists very similar to this, so I mean, I can't fault the person for the result. Like, clearly they're getting the results. They're getting it done with this kind of deck. But I would suspect they could be better. JVP is a looter with smoother draws. Yeah, the problem is it's like, it's the only creature you play that's, like, removable. It's like pre-boarding against control to play Jace in your main deck. Which is fine, I guess, but I think generally speaking, I'd rather have a better game against all the aggressive decks that play Bone Crusher Giant. Because, like, Snapcaster Mage is a creature, but it's not really a creature because it's also just a flashback on one of your spells. Also, can we talk about my opponent taking away my Dreadbore there? Bone Crusher doesn't let you play with her. Ah, you're right. Yeah. I haven't had to build one of these decks since that was a thing, so... Oh, man. That is an early shadow. It's okay, we're just going to draw a Fatal Push. Or not. We're just going to draw a Fatal Push. Or a Bolt. Or not. Alright. Can snap Dreadbore next turn, so let's see what we get here. Okay. Their hand is all lands and Veil of Summer? What the hell? Weird. Oh, that's a little weird. They're gonna go get their Lurrus. Oh my god, they top decked an Inquisition! Blech. Okay. So that means this turn we're just grabbing our lure. No, we're not. Although the Veil in their hand means my Jace can't flashback this Dreadbore. Crap. I mean, I'm still going to play the Jace because next turn the Jace can block and flip. So... But next turn they'll be able to get their Lurrus plus have the Veil up. I don't know. It's going to be... It's going to get hairy quickly. We do not have discard of the graveyard. We do not. I mean, I'm going to take this if they drew a TBR. What's good, Gabe Spratt? Hope you're doing well. Opponent has gone 2-5. If I draw a Bolt, they are dead. Sweet. Man, if I draw a Bolt, they are super dead. Resolves. So I know exactly what the two cards in their hand are. They're Polluted Delta and Veil. Okay, so we just attack, put them to 1. If they attack, I can block with Jace, loot and flip the Jace. And I have Archmage's Charm up for if they cast TBR. Oh, but they have the Veil. Well, we'll see. Second Shadow. That's a yikes. Although not too much of one. If I block with Jace and manage to pick up a land for next turn, we could be in good shape. So let's do that. Oh. Yeah. Block, flip, charm, let them Veil, and then we play the Dreadbore on the other turn. But now I get to do this anyway. So, yeah. No. I see the play now. I was a little behind you, Freedmania, but I think we're okay anyway because I grabbed the Bolt. Boop. Right on the nose. Nice Veil of Summer, dude. Dudette. Dude they. Dude bot. Bot bro. Bot girl. We drew the Bolt. We didn't have to be smart. Maybe there is something about these red decks. Maybe there is something about these red decks. Et2 Lightning Bolt. Et2. Oh, where do I still have the thing? I do. Yeah, I can't keep this one. Oof. Thanks for the follow, Siadha Geek Media. Siadha? Nah? Holy crap, that's hard. Mire Triton, it's pure hotness. You know it. Okay. Let's top deck everything we need. Mire Triton, illustrated by the yet to be proved to be a horrible human, Seb McKinnon. Please, Seb, don't let us down. We've been let down so many times already. Please. It's Gaelic. Okay, well, apologies if this Canadian wasn't able to get it. Although, if I were from Newfoundland and Labrador, I might be able to. They have a reasonable Scottish-Irish population of immigrants. Damn immigrants! Even when it was the Bears, I knew it was the immigrants. Grixis and Bad Mana, name a more iconic duo. You know it. Ooh. Did I bring in my Anger of the Gods? He said, knowing full well that he did not bring in his Anger of the Gods. The answer was no. Grixis disappointment. Yes, that is the archetype, yes. We need to hire what's his name from Arrested Development to do voiceover for me. Just to be the narrator. Oh no, they had a fatal push. Oh, woe is me. If they cancel Seb, I'll start a Seb religion. Well, we looking kind of dead here. Although, top deck the Black Source. I'm 100% sure the card to play here is Drown in the Loch, except that I saw Veil of Summer last game, so I'm going to play Mire Triton and gamble that they have a Veil and they don't have a removal spell, and that they will also not draw another removal spell. Very likely I will be wrong and I will die, but I feel like it's close to a 50-50. They've already played a Fatal Push, so it's not likely that they... Oh, they're just changing their life total for the future Death Shadows. I feel like I'm taking a pretty okay percentage play by not playing into the Veil of Summer and playing around the Fatal Push. So, Inquisition, this is acceptable, opponent. What horrible thing is about to happen to me? We're going to lose the Drown in the Loch, that's the answer. Which is really not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad. They left the Drown. Okay, so they have a Veil, right? Is this what this means? I think so. I think I'm going to take this, and then I guess next turn what I'm going to do is put my Lurrus in my hand. And it's possible we could dig out of this. Not likely, but not bloody likely. I do have another swamp in my deck. But if I'm allowed to, I'll get a Blood Crypt. Alright. Draw the bolt. They did not yet draw the bolt. Draw the bolt, nerd. Third Swiss Spear. Oh god. No. No! Oh! Boo! Hiss. Alright, just unbelievably dead. Gross. Okay. Hey, look, people. 4 of Lightning Bolt deck, 4 of Lightning Bolt deck, 4 of Lightning Bolt deck. Huh. Was I gonna live? Wasn't I taking 14? Was I not at 12? I feel like I have a reasonable recollection of the game state that we were just in. Okay, that was hella lethal. I know. So you're saying you need a 4th Lightning Bolt? I guess so. I guess that's the I guess that's the weakness of our deck is the lack of the 4th Lightning Bolt. All I know is what I need to do.
Eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding. Okay. And then we gotta get to work.
Yeah, baby, I know it.
Alright, this is for the 2-3 people. We managed to beat Dredge. Oh, we're up against first turn negator. I know this human being. What up, nerd? Yeah, Grixisism, that's correct. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. We got the Serum Visions to try to smooth out our mana. Okay. On Mardu stuff, I guess. Yes and yes. Faithless Brewing Community represent. Bing 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 bing. I don't know. I feel like we need something. Do you like stuff? Oh, it's right here, Emma. By the way, it's right here. It says "Choo choo choose me," and there's a picture of a train. Yeah, nice gag. I also have my flying hellfish pin, or no, not pin, patch. I have a flying hellfish patch that I need to get adhesed to my leather jacket. We're the Fightinist Division in the 4th Fightinist Brigade in the 3rd Fightinist Company. That's not an accurate quotation. I haven't watched that episode in a while. It's a good episode, though. The Hellfish Bonanza. Is that for my biker gang? You know it. My buddy's got a Phyrexian mana tattoo. Well, the Phyrexian thigh on the back of his neck to go with his fully pimped out ad nauseum deck. Ooh. Lana! Hey, Lana. Hey, Lana. You gonna make me discard? I guess I'll Dreadbore. Drummer gang, maybe. Yo, drummer gang represent. Oh, maybe I should put on more drumming footage between leagues. It is Friday night. Feel like it's a good night to party. I have footage of a Motown set that's probably pretty banging. Pyro. Oof. Let me tell you something. That card is insane. So freaking good. Oh, do I ever watch the Drumeo channel? Not only do I watch the Drumeo channel, the head of my percussion department was featured on it. Mr. Mark Kelso of Mark Kelso and the Jazz Exiles. I have their first album. It's really good. Larnell Lewis. I took masterclass with Larnell Lewis for an entire year. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yep. Yes, I did. I went to Humber College. That's where he went to university, and that's where he teaches. What is he like? He's exactly like he is on those videos. He's humble, he's funny, he's capable, and he's totally ignorant of hard rock and heavy metal. Which is fine because he's an absolute, like, literally genius level, like, jazz, hip hop, funk, pop player. So I'm not criticizing him in any actual way for that. But I did think it was funny when I was in university, and so many of the jazz head teachers had, like, less than zero respect, or they kind of met the idea of, like, metal as a serious style of music with bewilderment. They were like, sorry, what now? Why are you practicing double bass? Why would you ever need double kick music? There's no type of music where that's necessary. I'm like, metal? And they were like, no, I don't. Seems like the type that would be the same as he comes off in it. Yeah, exactly. He's exactly who he is. There's no pretension. He just cares about music. I did not watch it. I saw that the video exists. So I'm gonna block the pyro and then flip my Jace and keep the Cryptic Command up here, and then I'm not playing this land because if I draw a card I want off the Jace, I want to keep that. Yeah, I haven't watched the end of the Sandman thing yet. I'm kind of interested, but again, when I saw that video, right, like Enter Sandman, I'm sorry, that's a ludicrously gigantic song that apparently he had never heard before the recording of that video, and to me, that's just one of those things where it's like, what? What? That's impossible. I do need double black. Jace. But again, there were plenty of classic jazz recordings I'd never heard, so. Poo on me just as much as I'm poking at those guys. And I am nowhere near as successful on both a actual or conceptual level. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things, is like, that song is huge, right? Like, that's not a deep cut. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like it was like And Justice for All, right? Which is, generally speaking, a lesser known Metallica album. Like, that's pretty deep in their sort of Metallica proggy era. Which is one of the best things about it, but it's also not, like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if someone didn't know And Justice for All, didn't know Seek and Destroy, you know, didn't know Ride the Lightning particularly well. Lesser known, but yeah, of course. But that's usually the way of it, right? Blood Brothers by Iron Maiden is off of a much less well-known album. And you know, it's a great song, and crap, what is the name of that album? It's a book, and the name of the book is Brave New World. Brave New World is a great Iron Maiden album, but it's not from their classic era, so it's not. All right, so we found Snapcaster Mage. I'm pretty sure I want to play the Lurrus out here into Snapcaster into, I guess, Serum Visions. Because I think it's fairly likely they're going to remove my Snappy Boy. One of my coworkers, who's in his 40s, referred to Reload, an old school of Metallica. It was just weird for me to hear. Yeah. Reload is their second 90s album, and by 90s album I mean post Black Album 90s album, because there was Load first, I think, right? And like that's crazy to me that someone would be like, yeah, classic Metallica, old school, you know, from the 90s. It's like, dude, they were around since the early 80s. So we're getting kind of close to Jace Telepath Unbound Ultimate. For anyone who doesn't know, -9, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, target opponent mills 5 cards. The downside of this is my opponent's playing Kroxa, so that'll be a fun dynamic, but it's definitely a way I have won matches of Magic the Gathering, so that may in fact come up. We're just going to crack in with everything here. I've got a Fatal Push, so if they group block my Lurrus, things go quite well for us. Oh, they're going Pyromancer. That's fair. Killing my Snapcaster doesn't actually put me in a bad spot at all, because it means I get to use it again. I have another one in my hand, but my opponent is not to know about that. Shh! Don't tell them. Shh. Twitch chat. I hear you wanting to tell my opponent what I'm up to. Don't. Stop it. Stop it. Jace Plus is sneakily good. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a 2-mana Planeswalker, right? And I feel like it's 100% like on a balanced power level, but it's also... Jace Telepath Unbound is very much a balanced card for how the whole thing is designed, but it is one of those things where, like, yeah, the +1 is sneakily good sometimes. Game Sprout, my answer is, oh, Lord Voldemort, he knows. He always knows. I need to listen to Harry Potter 4 on tape again. It's been a while. I have the audiobooks by Jim Dale. Although there is a version by Stephen Fry if you're a hardcore Stephen Fry fan, but I actually think he's considerably worse at it than Jim Dale was. Although I appreciate that a lot of people have trouble with the Harry Potter stuff as of recently. Oh, my opponent doesn't have any creatures left. I guess I'll start attacking. Man, this is a weird feeling. My opponent hasn't conceded, so I have to actually attack them. Some kind of peasant. Oh my. Roy, they're making me get my hands dirty. Would you mind dispatching them with 10 poison counters? I mean, another 3+ hours of Congress voting tonight. Is that over the stimulus bill, or what is being pushed through now? I thought we lived in a society, people. We live in a society. Boop. I think the US? Yes? Yeah. Okay, I kind of want some Angers, and then I definitely want Nihil Spellbomb. And I don't think that I want Mire Triton here. It'd be okay, but generally speaking, not necessary. And then... Bolt is generally going to be worse than Push in this matchup, especially if I'm bringing in Anger. And then we'll take out 1 Cryptic, because they could bring in Blood Moon. And with Blood Moon being on the way... Yeah, Alex, is it almost accurate to say that for your job, the U.S. passing laws and bills and etc. is more impactful than when Canada does? Like I honestly think for your job, it's almost always more impactful what the US does on a given day than what Canada does, and you represent Canada. No? Okay, fair. But it's close. I feel like it's very close. Like, generally speaking, what we're doing on a global scale is like this tiny pip, and then even in North America, it's not. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, okay. So, vaguely close, but not at all. Got it. Once again, totally reasonable keep. I too am looking forward to getting chipped. Yeah, it's more that I get to keep the 7 here, Mike. So yeah, the charm is a little bit of a reach, but if they play a Croxa, I know what I'm discarding. You know? I want to say it's in the Malcolm Gladwell's The Outsiders that has the concept of the weak link being beneficial. And it's like this hand had the Archmage's Charm as the weak link, and it was kind of beneficial because like I just don't have to waste any processing power on worrying about what I discard on turn 2. Except they didn't have the Croxa, so now I actually have more of a decision. You to weak link. Rude. Only in the judge community, Alex. Only in the judge community. Only the weak link where it matters. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Folks, my opponent just discarded Necrotic Ooze. Alrighty then. Combo. Maybe. We'll see. Someone really hates Dredge. Like, really. Maybe. Is this the person that I saw with the screenshot where they discarded a Grizzle Daddy and managed to get their Necrotic Ooze into play and start gaining life? So Mike, I've seen a screenshot as of this week. It might have been Grixisism where they're playing Grizzlebrand in this deck. Okay, that was not unexpected. I have black, so let's get red, and then we have to make our way through this on a shoestring mana budget. I fetched myself an island, which in these days was called a plains. We would always play plains for our removal back in the day. Give me a swords for a plains, you'd say. It's my criticism of the hell, what is that new card? The thing that turns something into a 1/1 bird. Raven form, yeah. You know, blue, the color of removal, just like the old days. With Ray of Command. Oh, I can pick up my Jace here. Okay. Pick up the Jace, shoot the Pyromancer, and then we can exile it and cantrip without them being able to get their creatures back yet. I love a good 2-for-1. Mono white is great anyway, said no one ever. These are the facts, people. Whoa, 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 whoa. I love Death and Taxes in concept. I mean, I have enjoyed playing it the times where I have played it for content. I would not choose to play it. I mean, we did workshop Mono White Tron when we had you on. We did workshop Mono White Tron when we had you on Serum Visions. I played a bunch of Mono Black Tron that week, but that was definitely a thing that we did. So oh no, I was about to say that my plan was going to be to hardcast this Valki as Tybalt, but that's not going to be a plan anymore. Mono White or Mono Red Tron. I mean, these are both appealing. I don't think you understand how Tron works, Alex. Then there will only be Tron. If the human race goes extinct, Tron will survive. Like the cockroaches, E-Tron will still be here. Mystic Forge Tron brews. Probably not tonight, because I put Enigmatic on the schedule. But if Emma wants to come back at some point to do the other nonsense. All right, so I can snap KCOM here. So let's do that draw step. I don't know. At this point, Emma, we have like 8 hours of stuff to do if you ever come back on. Oh yeah, no, we'll rebuy the Valki here. Actually, that sounds like spicy fun. Yeah, we're gonna snap KCOM, have them discard, and rebuy Valki, which I can't quite cast, but I'm sure I'm gonna draw land. Oh wait, no, I don't need to kill their elemental. Let's just have them discard a card. Return target creature and discard. But I would be interested in seeing your deck, Gabe Sprout, even if I probably won't play it until tomorrow at the earliest, Sunday at the latest. Because tomorrow I'm recording the new Serum Visions, and then I'll probably stream Enigmatic all evening, and then, shoot. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Bonk. Beep-a-dee-ba-dee. Beep-a-dee-ba-dee. Ba-dee beep 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 beep. Do I prefer a screenshot or a dot deck? Dot deck for sure. Gabe Sprout, are you in the Discord? If you're not, you can join us in the Discord and put it in the Modern channel and at me. It's totally free. There's a Discord for Serum Visions, yes. We're not that bad at social media. What do you talk about? Formats and nonsense? We should make a food channel so I can post all my food porn in one central location. Cycles the Savvy Triome. My savvy opponent. Dying to Snapcaster Mage. The savviest of choices. Top deck land. Top deck land. Top deck land. Crap. Chimkin and... What is Chimkin? I made Mongolian beef tonight. It was A++. Nothing like fried beef. Fried beef on rice. So clearly we should have gotten the Jace, but I am not backing off of my decision of hardcasting a Tybalt. The way Richard Garfield intended. Double-faced. Like a sandwich. All right, here's the question. Do they edict me? They did not edict me. Bold. Remember that Archmage's Charm that I was going to discard at the beginning of the game? Check and mate, nerds. Check and mate. Perfect. I guess I'll poke the Liliana when I cast my Tibalt this turn. Cosmic Imposter! Dooba-dooba-doop, ba-dooba-dooba-doop. Meow, 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 meow. A woohoo! Yay! More lands! Hey, look, everyone, I drew 2 mountains. Aren't they gorgeous? Gorgeous. Oh, I love a mountain. Big, strong mountain with ridges. Oh, ridges. I don't know if I like a curvy mountain better or a rugged mountain, but either way, I want to go to Odyssey. Ugh, Odyssey lands. Except for forest and some islands. And no, Odyssey has the best plains and the best mountains. But Onslaught has the best swamp and kind of the best island. Yeah, I think the best island. But then I'm splitting into too many blocks because then Invasion has really good islands too. Probably should have just attacked them and Dreadbore. Portal Second Age is your favorite lands. Yeah, there's definitely a few of them in there that I own. I own some of the islands from Portal Second Age, and they are very nice. They're definitely very nice. Am I going to ult Tibalt and cast their Gristle Daddy? I mean, I wasn't going to spoil the ending, but maybe. Maybe. Is it worth killing their Liliana here? Yeah, I see the ping from Discord, Gabe Sprout. It'll die next turn anyway. I'm gonna do it now. I just was trying to. I think conceptually, I was just trying to bait out a lightning bolt or something. But I was trying to get a lightning bolt or a push on my Snapcaster to distract from my Tibalt. Womp womp. Oh no, Liliana, she's gonna make me discard cards when I'm... Oh, she's gonna make me sack my Snapcaster. Womp womp. Gee, oh man, I just don't know how I can get through that. Do I want to... Oh, I don't lose the... Yeah, it's just -8, right? Sick. Alright. So I get to keep the Tibalt. Just -8. Yeah. One Grizzle Daddy, please. Clonk. All right, well, if we were gonna 2-3 league, at least we got to end it in spectacular fashion. Ooh, Odin's, I I am excited by your statement. The hell is Cloud Key? Oop, not deck. Oh no, all of my drowning locks are off right now. 2-8 on the night. Hope your leagues are going better than mine. Not necessarily, obviously, Basura, because we're currently at 2-3. So if I 0-5 my Enigmatic League... Yeah, there you go, Georgie boy. I waited for you to figure it out for yourself. Yes, but I can cast Archmage's Charm. I wasn't actually upset about the lack of drown in the lock. All right. Grixis, and actually not disappointment. We did beat Dredge. We fell to 8 whack, we fell to Is It Prowess, and we fell to another burn deck, which I managed to take a match off of, or a game off of, in round 4, Danny Memes. So yeah, if you did want to hedge this archetype more against the against those kind of decks, you could play Collective Brutality somewhere in the deck. Mire Triton is a cute piece of sideboard tech. We never drew the Dragon's Claws. Maybe they would have been a lot more helpful. Would have lost to you if you boarded better. Maybe? I guess so. I don't know. But what's wrong with the deck? It's generally very low powered and very high. It has no powerful proactive plan, and it's trying to play a very mediocre mid-range strategy. So like Serum Visions instead of Opt is indicative of what this deck is. It's slower and it's clunkier than many of the more tuned archetypes. It's also 3 colors, which makes it a lot more vulnerable to Blood Moon than a lot of the 2 color control decks like Blue White and Blue Moon. Gotta slap those 2 Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Yeah, so so this version is a lot about the Lurrus, and we didn't really do that much. I don't think that this deck is necessarily bad. I just think that we ran into a lot of hyper-aggressive decks, which there are a lot of right now, and those are the most difficult matchups by far to play these decks. And even sideboarding, in your post-sideboard games, you have to mulligan to the right pieces sometimes, which I didn't try to find my Dragon's Claws aggressively. And also, I don't know if this board or main deck is particularly well set up against a burn meta. I think we would have done really well if we ever found a Stoneforge Mystic deck. because we're playing Kolaghan's Command, and we never found any opposing control decks because Inquisition plus Cryptic Command are really good in those matchups. It was Godsshadow. That was the round 4 that we lost to. I think we do have a reasonable matchup there. They just drew a lot nuttier than we did. I mean, this deck has no nut draw. And that's the hardest thing about it, is it's just like that classic mid-range control deck, but like this is mid-range in the most. So it's like if Jund is a tricky deck to play in Modern because you have to know how to prioritize your opponent's threats, and when you're Thoughtseizing, you have to be thinking multiple turns ahead against their archetype. This is that times 3, because you have to have both proactive discard and reactive counter magic. And proactive removal and proactive threats, all balanced around the fact that the Modern metagame is incredibly fast and punishing right now. Thing in the Ice and Snapcaster are good friends, and it doesn't invalidate you from playing Lurrus. So it is possible Thing in the Ice might be better than Jace and or Valki. Jace and Valki didn't really impress me that much in this match at all. Scary Terry could be good. Yeah, Terramander and a Grixis shell might be good. Although if you were playing Terramander, you might want to play Sprite Dragons, but not necessarily. You could play 2 or 3 Sprite Terramanders, and I think you wouldn't have to change the deck too much. So maybe that would be an interesting direction to go with it. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't play against a lot of matchups where our Kolaghan's Command, Archmage's Charm, or Cryptic Command line up very well. We were against a lot of people who were just spewing 1-mana cards at us, which is a lot of what Modern is right now, so that's not too surprising. All right, we are going to switch over to good old Enigmatic Incarnation. So stick around for a second while we
Meanwhile,
enjoy the tunes. If you are there in the future watching this Grixis mid-range video on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you on another video.